apart from where he said, I will not let you down, or something like that. Tell me what else you could pick from that 2 minutes video that you remember. I'll read the comments. Tell me what you picked up. We are committed. All our members that are back. Don't take your state back. That's the result of drug, medication, over medication, medication upon medication, and all of that. Somebody just said that. Medication no, they talk medication with the Baba is I told you, a lot of you are very hard to convince. So I'm not even going to try. Okay? I'm not going to try any longer. I believe that it's over medication. But some of you believe that about banani. My live story. Medication you wish medication. Banani. Here is another one.
Why? Because you are not my God. You are not my creator. And God has taught me, even if you are sad, I will share in your sorrow. If you are happy, I will rejoice with you. If you are poor, I will share my little with you. We are here tonight. I just want to beg you, start the old word by word meeting. You have to join hands and believe in one another. You see them? G5, G, this, B, that. They don't know the road. They are just kata people. They say a custom officer, former, how did you make money? He said he was doing car business along with custom. Not knowing he doesn't understand the civil service rule, that the only thing a civil servant can do is agriculture. He doesn't know.
He's talking about Atifku. He doesn't. How did he make money? Ask Tifnubu, how did he make his own money? They said he made money from inheritance. Alake first said that Tifnubu made money from trading stock. Later he said he made his money from inheritance. They said, we'll be in Papa. We left $1 billion for Tifnubu. Oh man. But that is it. That's him. There is another one, oh. It was in Edo today and it was just like a comic one, Abi. Here is another one before I go to the next thing. Because Obi was in Port Harcourt last night. He was talking about Nigeria economy. Now that the Naira palaver and everything is going on, I haven't heard him talk about the Naira stuff yet. I haven't heard him. Maybe he has said something, right? So with this downtown Kana, Nigeria, I would love to listen to what Peter Obi told the business community in Port Harcourt last night. And I think you should listen to it too. But first, let's make a last stop at Kolu's town hall meeting in Edo, Benin.
Let us first of all forge unity. Let us pave the way Where they say there's no way, find the road. Where they say there's no road, let us join your hand to rescue Edo State from this termite cockroaches and you have to take lantern if there's no kerosene and go from one house to the other. No! Get angry. Anger does not solve problem.
Did you hear that? Edo people, take your state back. Let us rescue Edo. Omo, they won't rescue you. Koluk won't rescue you. Unfortunately, when they turn the camera on the Edo people in the room, are you ready to rescue Edo State? Omo, people no reasons. Which level now? How Edo people be like that? They don't pay. Part of the money they pay them. They don't pay raising hand, Abi. Unfortunately, when you are addressing the wrong, maybe the wrong crowd, if Kolu was addressing his own real crowd, his own people, organized well, normal, for every 10 seconds, when Kolu say, you will hear. If you turn around and he said, yeah, you will hear again. I can tell you, they didn't pay those people in Benin today that they will raise hand. They didn't pay for hand raising. They didn't pay for clapping. Because I'll bring you the full report some other time anyway, right? If you are still here with us, it's been over an hour, which means that you are enjoying this, right? I'm coming back to this new Naira, old Naira palaver so that I can give you my own theory. Don't call it conspiracy, because I'm going to use what is happening to what I think is going to happen, what will happen. Then, they call us pundits, political pundits, Abi. We'll come back to that one. Let's take a stop, or should I say, let's make a stop at Port Harcourt, where, as much as you are reading about the trouble of a dwindling economy, a threatened economy, the one that they are using right now to play kalo. They are using your life, your economy, to play political kalo. That is Emefiele and Buhari, and somewhere else across the Niger, Peter Obi was talking to supposed investors. If I become the president, don't worry about these things going on, okay? This is what I'm going to do. This time around, I don't think it's much about consumption to production just alone. Talking economy. This might interest you, especially if you are interested. Well, you'll be interested anyway, especially if you have spent your evening to this point. So before we go into this, right, would you mind taking a minute to like this video? Come on. I've got nearly 1,800 people on YouTube, almost 2,000 at some point. And we've only got about 400 of you who found it obligatory enough to like the broad. Shit, we're supposed to talk this thing. Anyway, I'll go to Backtracked and I hope you do what you have to do. Just do what you have to do. Okay? So, Peter Obi and those they call the business community at a business summit in a country with the hyperinflation, confusion about the currency, and they are still lying to you. What did Obi tell them? Would you mind?
Peter Obi, please put your hands together. Thank you, sir. Please be seated, please. Let me respectfully stand on all existing protocols and thank all of you for sacrificing your time to be here, and sincerely apologize that we came in a bit late. I apologize sincerely, as I did mention to Professor Tommy that today we're supposed to campaign in Maiduguri. So we started our morning with an event. When I came in here, somebody told me, I saw that this event last night. I said yes. I left at 6 a.m. this morning to go and change to go to Maiduguri. And from Maiduguri we're here and we're rushing back to Lagos. Some people are waiting for me in Lagos. I've waited there, so I sincerely apologize. It's just the nature of it. But I'm very, very, very grateful and appreciative of what you're doing. Coming out this evening, being here, considering how busy all of you are, shows that you care and you have an interest in helping us to build a better nation. We're all committed. We know how bad things are in this country today. I don't need to tell you how bad things are. One of those who can say that they feel how bad it is, the pain and everything, and I say with every sense of responsibility, is the South. Because they have had to bear the brunt of having to be the source in which a livelihood has come for several years without anything to show for it. And I said every day, today they lost, they didn't have anything to show for the oil they produced and given us to share. The environment is devastated. So when the oil is finished, they will have it. That's it. We need to start turning it around. I was in the north today. And I said to them, this election we are going to face will not be by tribe. It's no longer ethnic thing. If it is, why are the poorest people in the north? Why is not more of a safe place in Nigeria? So leadership has nothing to do with is my own people. All Nigeria have produced in the past 20 years is poverty. That's the only thing we have increased. All Nigeria have produced in the past 20 years is that of school children. That's the only thing we have increased. Today, you know, we have more people living in poverty than India. In fact, we have more people living in poverty than India and China combined. These two countries are 2.8 billion people, where 200 million people have more people living in poverty than two of them combined. The only thing that has increased in this country is poverty, out of school children. Our youth unemployment is the highest in the world. Our youth drug prevalence is highest in the world. We have overtaken India in infant mortality. That's why the fact that there are 1.4 So everything that is wrong is where we're facing and everything. Our debt has increased without anything to show for it. I was in Banshee 2 days ago. And I tell them that whenever I come to Banshee, I feel a sense of pain. That here comes where we have somebody like Tafa Malawa, who borrowed the first money ever this country borrowed. And in June 17, 1964, Tafa Malawa applied to World Bank to borrow $82 million. Please, you're doing it for the future of your children. I can change this country. A new Nigeria is possible. And I've got it. Let nobody listen to anybody. I know you belong to different, you have sympathy for different parties and different organizations. This is time to re-examine your sympathy. This is time for you to re-examine your support for different persons, and let us have a Nigeria that we all can celebrate and say we're citizens of Nigeria. We have things, the leader manifesto is a software, is a hardware. We've said we want to secure and unite Nigeria. Nigeria has never been so divided. Nigeria has not suffered the security that is suffering today. And it's not because the enemy is not formidable. The enemy is not. The criminals are not more formidable. It is because of weak leadership and weak security governance architecture. And that's why I said people should hold me responsible. It's not on my desk. We will deal with this. We will win with those who win, and we deal with those who win. We said we want to make Nigeria productive, so our children can have jobs, so we can create this. We want to stop consumption in this country. We've consumed the future of our children. We must go move from this conspicuous consumption to production. We must not ensure that people who have money or who have wealth must be entrepreneurial. Wealth must come with enterprise. Wealth without enterprise kills the society. And that is the corrupting side of our society. We will fight corruption. Nobody will do it the way we will do it. And I said, people have come here, tell you they will fight corruption. People will come here, tell you they will do this. My question is very simple. I've told you this election is about this. It's not going to be about religion. If anybody thinks it's about religion, ask him to show you a mosque or church where they sell bread cheaper. So you can go there and buy it. It's not going to be about anybody's storm. It's storm of Nigeria to take back their country. So let nobody come and say it. It has to be about character. If anybody says, I want to be president, tell us who you are. That thing, Baba Ahmed is my vice presidential candidate. Today in Boronu, he told them the primary school he went to, secondary school he went to, and he became a graduate of the University of New York. And from there, he went to school where he went to, in the UK. Everybody knows who his age and everything. And I told them the same thing. My name is Peter Obi. I was born in Norwich. I went to Backtracked college. I'm an alumnus of soccer. And I've stayed everywhere. I've been an alumnus of Oxford, Cambridge, and everywhere. And you can go and check the records. Let every person who was contesting the election come using his own man, tell us who he is. His name, his age, school he went, close he went to school. Right. It is important. It is not a mystery issue. It is a serious issue. Because we want the children to learn. A young girl had just come out now and said, I'm Susan and social person. I'm an SS2. And I told him who I am. And he can go and Google it. And what you see there is what is right. That's what we want to do. If anybody says they want to fight corruption, let him go and show us replace the past. So we can look at it and know what remained. The biggest form of corruption is nepotism. It's the worst. Appointing people who are incompetent, appointing your families and everything. Show us where you pass. We have all served. So we know I was governor of another state for 8 years. And I've told people, go there and verify whether they are money for this. Go there and see what we were able to do. Go there and look for whether there was any civil servant who was being owed salary there in the early summer. Go and check whether there's any of them who retired and was not paid gratuity. Go and verify whether there's anyone that is being owed pension. And above all, I don't need to tell you, everybody knows, and I say it every day, that now what are less than 3 banks, accumulated was 75 billion, is documented, and what is still making back. Every other colleague of mine who left government when I left, have pension gratuity, or one from the other. My own people brought it to me to sign, and I said it's wrong, and I started to say it's wrong. If you want to serve, and God gives you the opportunity to serve and go home. If you're not doing anything, don't go there. It's a left but they don't want to get what? Because I was entitled to nothing. I've served them. So I'm appealing to you, people of South, I want to reduce South. I want to clean it up. I want to make it work. I want to bring back the glories of cities like Odako. I thank the governor for what he has done with infrastructure in this state. He has improved infrastructure of this capital. What I'm going to do, we will change it. But that will become what it used to be. A state that everywhere. And so will it be in the South. How can Nigeria borrow in 5-6 years? We borrowed nearly 50 trillion. And we could not complete the most important infrastructure in the South. Where the oil comes from. East-West road. As at the time I knew about that road, all we need to complete it is 250 billion naira. And our country borrowed 50 trillion naira. 50 trillion means that we would have completed over 100 East-West road. And we will look at where the oil comes from. And people are not right. Very disciplined. In other than that place, nobody will take it. The oil is being stolen. I can go on and on. The night is fast spent. Help us in any way you can. Help Baba made that myself wants to build a new Nigeria. We're capable, we're qualified, and we will show it. I'm happy that Julius Apple who spoke to you this evening is also from South. I told the people in the North that we're also bringing governance to a level it should be, that if you check the average age of the 3 most important people involved in the party, which is myself, the first presidential candidate, and the party chairman, that 3 of us combined, we divide our age by 55. If you combine the other party, the main opposition, they are 70. If you compare the party government, nobody knows their age.
I mean, that's what do you call that? 1 second. Leave. Brilliant. So that's him addressing the business community from the Niger Delta region. And, well, it's a signature statement. I am young, I'm capable, I'm competent, I've got credibility. Look at these statistics. We've been producing poverty for the past 23 years, his lines. And then just the assurance, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do it. Me and Daddy are going to change it. And what people just don't feel cool with is that he's not telling them how. It's like politicians in Nigeria don't tell you how. Once you are in that the favorable book, you tick all boxes and all of that, doesn't really matter. But Baba, you can listen to Obi and you can question what he says. You can even say, oh, that one is a lie. That one is a true. That one, because you could hear what he's saying. You could try your best to probe him on that. We are not really so. Tifnumbu is not that gracious. He's a full package of clownery. A clown personified. That is why some of the that's why the obedience don't want you, okay, to condemn Obi and turn around and say, Kolu, and that's why Kolu is better. They will say, Baba Shomadini. Nobody the same Kolu. They won't wait if you make any single statement other than just to say, God will bless you. God will touch your family. Almighty God, we bless you. Broom, 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 and all that nonsense. So that's where the clashes always start. And say, okay, if you want to condemn Obi, fine. But just make sure that you're not trying to condemn Obi because of a Kolu. How dare you? You're supposed to deal with people's home. We know they make any statement. Abi, you know they hear them. You're not even bothered. Here you get. Now where the wala, they always start with that. Do you get what I'm saying? Well, when you listen to Kolu a few minutes ago, he was throwing some jibes at G5, GDs. They don't know road, they don't know that. Maybe something is about to happen. 2 days left for Wiri Wike. In order for him to confirm whether they are G5 or they are G failure, he said in January he will announce his own candidate. Now it seems that they have boxed them to the corner, that whichever candidate they announce right now doesn't even make any sense anymore to anyone. If they come out to say the Kolu is the person they are rooting for, then people will roast them. If they come out tomorrow and say they are rooting for Peter Obi, people will really value it like anything biggie. It's not biggie anymore. They will say they are just trying to save their names. And he was throwing all those jibes here and there, Abi. There is more. Oh yeah, listen to this part one.
No! Get angry. Anger does not solve problem. It's based on estimate of the supplier. Estimate. Nigeria is the first estimate.
Oh, again, I didn't warn you, right? I was actually going to make it a 2-in-1 package for you. Kolu will crack you up. Oshiomole will display his madness as usual. But it is what it is. The what do you call it? The contraption of mad people, old and young. I should have warned you, Abi. Now let's start with this one before I take you to Oshio. Or should we start from Oshiomole and this? I think you spoke before that, right? Let's try Oshiomole first.
Intelligence community. If you do all of that, we have young men and it's based on estimate of the supplier. Estimate. Nigeria is the first estimate. As much as I showed in this plan of action which I have read, and we should read that practice will go. Not only must we guarantee power, you can't pay for what you did not eat. Even in my village, you don't excrete if you have not eaten. So the logic of somebody doing estimated bill cannot happen under his government. We need jobs, but we can't create jobs through generator. No economy can be powered by generator. We have insecurity. 50 soldiers defending Nigeria. Then we were 50 million people. Today we are 200 million people. And we still have about 250 men in uniform. Is there a law that says we cannot double the men in uniform?
You know, a lot of you are going to end up in the Nigerian army, 50 million youth that they are going to recruit. That's the one Oshiomhole is mentioning. You won't believe that that's the ruling party in Nigeria, honestly. Oh, you do? You know? Okay. Do you know what I mean? Every time they talk about we cannot develop Nigeria on generator, they have been in power for 8 years. The Nigeria national grid power in Nigeria collapsed 14 times. Can you believe that? 14 times in 8 years. They have not generated 1 single megawatt of electricity added to your distributed electricity. They are talking about prepaid meter. But you won't believe that they are actually the ones in power. They are the one in power, talking about insecurity, talking about power, talking about electricity, talking about jobs. When they came in, 13.5 million Nigerians were officially recorded as unemployed. Today, do you know the number? You can't know the number if you are not really good in maths because it's not really so like stable. But just go. If population of Nigeria is 200 million people, what is this? What is the 73% of 200 million? I know to know, but I know say waiting go day left, no go reach 30 million. Which means that today, more than 170 million Nigerians are living in poverty, right? And at the same time, in that same bracket, those who are of age, you know, those who are like of age of working age, they said in Nigeria, more than 70% of them are unemployed. Now, put that number as well in perspective. You probably will be looking at over 80 million people that have no jobs. Scary, That's their record. Now they need job. We need job. But they are there. They ruin your job. They destroyed all your businesses. You know that. Their policies destroy your jobs, destroy your businesses. But they are not taking responsibility for that. They are still the one in power. But did you listen to Oshiomhole? Here is another one from Oshiomhole.
Intelligence community. If you do all of that, we have young men and women who can be employed, and we are not giving them talking out of sympathy. We give them job to add value to make Nigeria a safer place. So Your Excellency, you have all the answers as not to speak on you, but because I am here also as your deputy director of campaign, and you have lectured me about your plan of action. I am familiar with the content. I'm convinced that I'm going to do it. I have lived in Lagos as a citizen. That in moments like this, we need a leader who can see. And last week, I saw a video. And that video is my first one I'm going to make. That video shows Asiwaju in China negotiating free trade agreement where industries can locate without all the bureaucracy that creates obstacles to progress. That same time he was signing the agreement, I think he was auctioning Naira dog. You know Naira dog? Naira dog was supposed to, and it was a viable concern, fabricating ships. I think who sold it today, Naira dog is gone. But the free trade zone that has already worked to create, one of the example from China, copy what works. This is not throwing statistics at us. It's throwing ideas and domesticating those ideas and translating them. Today, that free trade zone, as you know, sir, is now hosting Africa's largest, world's second largest refinery. And the largest international company, and more industries are going there. So, when an auctioneer in chief,
APC is a grand fraud, expert liars. They are first-class propagandists. They thrive on propaganda. They have spent so much money on media to cover them up.
Like old men, lying with confidence. And that's Oshiomhole. Did Kolu had his own voice to that? Listen to this one.
Like you've heard from Adam, Oshi Baba. When they were fabricating aluminium smelter in Koti Abasi, I was negotiating.
Remember, they said shipyard, the Niger dock, but Baba said where they are like doing the scrap yard in Koti Abasi. Story don't change now. Now let's the person will give Oshiomole the idea that 20 years ago it was in China. Oh yeah, tell us that thing. Gongon as Adam said them. Shibina you, Tifnumbu. Oh yeah, tell us full one. And listen, tell me if you can make any real sense out of what he's about to tell you, as you're anticipating that. Yeah. Oh yeah, tell us.
Like you've heard from Adam, Oshi Baba. When they were fabricating aluminium smelter in Koti Abasi, I was negotiating free trade zone. When before they signed Naira, our cable manufacturing company is already ready to work. Today, their president then abandoned him in Singapore because he want me to sign rubbish contract. And I say, I am a city boy. I left him there. I came home. Today, that is the deepest seaport in West Africa, Nigeria. Let me if you are a free trade zone where you can fabricate items, where you can develop furnaces that will build things for you. I know Nigerians, you are sensible.
Did you make any sense out of that? Okay. Let me give you a bit of a light, just for the educational purpose, okay? Nigeria is a grand fraud. Expertly put together grand fraud. A system that is put together to rob Peter and pay Paul. Southern Nigeria could have more than 15 seaports, all of international standards. But because Nigeria is not real, development in Nigeria is politically shared and politically structured in order to ensure that the economy of the country is systemically or systematically structured to be for some and against others, depends on where you come from. Unfortunately, those who are making those decisions, or those who wanted it that way and keep it that way for decades, have been those who have no access to the real sea. Now, let me break it down for you. The Lagos has seaports and they call it the commercial seaport, the commercial arts center of Nigeria, is deliberate. It is not because there's anything special about Lagos until they make it special. It is deliberate. In other words, other parts of Nigeria are deliberately kept underdeveloped, especially the eastern part of Nigeria. Do you know that generally they have told you that the eastern part of Nigeria is landlocked? And some of you, as educated as you are, you believe them. Oh, if the Biafrans should go, they will have no access to any water. They are landlocked. And you believe them, don't you? Because it always suits the political narratives. But guess what? That a lot of people, especially young people, are flocking the Western Nigeria for opportunities, are also economically, politically, and strategically made so. Hey, why don't you go back and develop your region? Why are you coming to Lagos? That is coming from somebody. Apart from being a bigot, he's an ignorant, illiterate. Forget about the education he might claim to have. Nigeria is not real. In eastern part of Nigeria, deliberately, intentionally, Nigeria chose never to give the people of that part of Nigeria the opportunity to actually develop the region based on their access to the sea. You've been hearing about Second Niger Bridge. Have you ever actually seen the River Niger at Onitsha? Have you seen it? No? All it takes is just dredging. Lekki that they are telling you about Lekki is just because Lekki as an area, just like Apapa as an area, close to the sea, and then they dredge them to be able to welcome huge and big cargo ship that they can offload at a single port. So if they say every ship going to Nigeria, go to Lagos, so will it be. The people that told you that the people of Eastern Nigeria could not really have any real sea other than for them to be loading barges of containers on some barges on your sea there or your river and moving them down to the eastern part of Nigeria. A fraud. Intentional fraud. But guess what? Huge vessels are batching in eastern Nigeria, in Niger Delta part of Nigeria. I hope you actually know that for you to know, for the states like Abia and Imo that are both oil producing states in Nigeria today, to take their oil, there is is it called Imo River? There is Imo River. And then there is a footpath to make sure that the whole pipeline from those areas are linked to a place called the Creek in Niger Delta, where the biggest of the biggest crude oil vessels batch every time successfully. And they leave. So people will get sheep that could come in and take your crude oil. Baba, they couldn't have any functional port like you have in Lagos. But it's deliberate. If you remember what is called the quota system, economically, we the Yorubas, I haven't said this before or said it this way before or say it this way before, I can tell you this. As the Northerners are enjoying the quota system, the next people in rank enjoying the quota system, economic quota system in Nigeria, which is deliberate, are us, the Yorubas. And that is why you see young, old Yorubas open their stinking, dirty mouth ignorantly and tells you, all these Igbo people that want to go, you don't even have sea because they have told you they don't have one. Unfortunately, some of you Igbos too, in your warped, ignorant, God knows mind, you agree with them. Meanwhile, you see what they did at Lekki, that Lekki Free Trade Zone, the dredging of Lekki, is because Nigeria allowed it. And they could know those who are going to be in charge of it. If they start dredging the River Niger from Onitsha, stretch straight down to surrounding that, you have a deep sea port in eastern Nigeria. If you now turn around the river and you ended up in Calabar, Cross River, and those areas, you enter Oron. There's a place called Oron, another deep sea that they are hiding from you. But they will tell you it's more profitable. Now, young people will have to leave those areas, travel hundreds of kilometers, looking for opportunities that Nigeria deliberately took away from them because, no, they can't have access to sea. If they should have access to sea, Biafra will come in another 1 month or two. I'm just saying. They are so scared. And that's why they're making it look like they even want to build second Niger bridge. They didn't build the bridge as a bridge that will one day welcome vessels, welcome ships into Igbo land. So you get, they build the bridge so low that no ship can pass under it. Don't you think that's deliberate? Oh, you don't know. You have no idea. Or maybe you do, but you just want to be an hypocrite. So it's all deliberate. So you get. And just dredging all these areas can improve the economic and the commercial activities in eastern part of Nigeria, astronomically. Are you with me? Astronomically means, people don't get job, Abi, that they travel down to Lagos, travel down to everywhere, because that's how Nigeria want them to be. You will have to go down. Go down, and they can tell you that we are the ones trying to make you, without telling you that they deliberately are ruining the lives and the future of the young people, supposed young Nigerians, because of political, what do you call it? Political control. Because of control, they decided to ensure that the destiny, the progress, the prosperity of many young people from that part of Nigeria is never achieved. Oh dear, I don't know how to say this to you. It's deliberate. Sure you get. Ondo State will get a seaport before any seaport is functional in any part of eastern Nigeria. It's deliberate. Ogun State will have a seaport before they develop any little tiny commercial port in any part of eastern Nigeria. It's deliberate. Now, if you see people hungry, they don't want to be part of this Nigeria anymore. They've seen through the lies. They've seen through the fraudery and the fraud, the fuckery. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They don't want to be part of it anymore. Then you understand. I'm a Yoruba man. We are in between. Here you get, we are just in between like that. But Nigeria is a mismatch, and how do you expect people living under this kind of austere apartheid regime in Nigeria? Do you not understand that? Do you? So if Kolu is bragging this or that, now quota system we they enjoy as Yorubas. Unfortunately, it is not for me. It's not for anyone as Yoruba. I am a Yoruba man. I'm not benefiting from this chronic capitalism. I am not. Or are you? We just read about them. Ask Lagosians. They will tell you. About mosquito won't kill us, so they don't clear our gutter since so. See road, no water. We don't get real drinking water from the government too. But it's called mega city. There is nothing that gives all of this back to the people that they are bragging about. Sure you get. There's nothing. It's just chronic capitalism and chronic capitalists, greedy, selfish criminals who has grabbed power and to their own advantage. You can read about how much money they are making when you can actually see how much millions of lives are being wasted for this political nonsense. I'm not talking about your elections, so I'm talking about the real political Cold War that deliberately underdeveloped eastern Nigeria. They've told you it can be done. I mean, it was so bad, Somebody said, how come Nigeria is not building refineries in eastern Nigeria or building refineries? Imo, they produce oil. They are taking crude oil from Imo. Do you know that? Or you don't know? Oh, really? You do know, but you don't care. Imo State is oil producing. Abia State is oil producing. They are contributing to the money that they are sharing to everybody, Abi. But tell them to build a refinery in Imo, build a refinery in Port Harcourt, or fix the one there. Do you know what the answer was, right? Why are you borrowing money? Why are you borrowing money to build pipeline? from Niger Delta to take their oil to Niger Republic. This is madness. Why don't you just, you're going to pipeline their crude oil to Niger, refine it, and come and sell it at exorbitant prices to them. This is madness. Listen, you don't understand. You're just saying this thing. It's not profitable for us to build refinery in Niger Delta. Have you heard that before? Have you? No. Or have you heard that before? Okay. There is a general belief that the reason why they can't develop the Niger Delta, build refineries in eastern Nigeria or any part of Niger Delta, the reason why they can't invest in building refineries in any of those places, why Dangote have to be in Lagos instead of a Niger Delta where the oil day? How come? They said it is not economically viable for anybody to invest their money in building refineries in Niger Delta because of insecurity. Have you heard that before? Well, it's official. That's official statement. The reason why Nigeria won't invest any penny in Niger Delta oil anymore, other than just to take their oil, steal the remaining ones they can steal, is because it is not economically viable, economically profitable. Because Niger Deltans are criminals. They have guns, they do this. Nobody wants to invest there. So rather, Nigeria can take loan to go and to build a pipeline from Niger Delta to Niger Republic. $6.5 billion is part of the debt that your generation unborn are going to pay. Niger Delta is not safe, but their oil, they need your oil. Niger Republic is safe, so they'll take it there. It's all deliberate. I keep telling you, it's all deliberate. I don't know how people cope with this kind of suffering and all of that, but maybe having an idea of why this is even happening can help you to understand it better. Now, understanding it can also help you in handling it even better. People's mental health have been so destroyed with all that are happening in Nigeria. A lot of people are living in denial of it. I just thought I should help in a little way I can. I just did. And I hope it helps. Nigeria is a crime scene. Criminals have hijacked the levelers and the control of a government. You are going to have to face a lot of shege in their hands. Now here you are. It doesn't seem that you'll be able to actually get out of the whole mess. It's not looking it, except if you have seen the obedience and what they believe in, which is our last fight is our last fight. We die here. By February, if our PVC no fit chase these people, everybody go pick up cutlass, or they begin to wear bulletproof and helmet. It no go easy. Again, everyone is taking a chance at a system that has so robbed them so much, that it seems like there's no way out. So it seems there's no way out. So it seems. I wish you all, you wish yourselves. Just thought you should know about this as an update. I'm going to see you some other time. Oh, should I take? No, I won't. African Wahala, I'm glad you have been able to be part of this conversation tonight. I have been sending Aroko to you. You need to reach out to me on the Telegram tonight, please. There is a particular key role that you volunteered to take charge for us. And being one of us that I strongly believe in, I am asking you to please be in touch. It's so important. We need to put some ready people, IT guys, who wanted to help and be part of your team. And I need you. And thank you to everybody. I would have taken calls, but I won't. I want to go get myself a little bit relaxed. Tomorrow is my birthday, 30th of January. So it will be my birthday. And tomorrow, we may not have any serious much chat, but I may still also come on to just have a good time with everyone for a few minutes, or maybe take calls and all of that. So thank you. So far, so good. And also, I want to say a big thank you to all of us in the Temple of Truth. So last night, we reached the 70,000 organic subscribers on YouTube. So I want to say a big thank you to every one of you who joined and is part of this. It's part of my story, right? In the Temple of Truth, we have been so blessed. I mean, personally, I have to tell you, I've been so blessed with amazing people. Okay, so we are over 70,000. We are grateful. Now, if you are joining me, maybe this is your first time or second time, it doesn't really matter. And you haven't really subscribed onto Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube, take a look. This is what my channels looks like. Okay. I have people who have been very supportive as well, consistently on Mayegun's Diary Political. So all you have to do, if you do enjoy this, just go on and look for at Mayegun's Diary Political official, so that official Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube. Okay. And you can join by subscribing. It's free. To everybody who has been like, how can we be of help? How can we, what can we do to support you? The usual people that support me are also members, apart from the super chat, and then a super thanks and all those, right? Which are all like voluntary, okay? So if you go onto my channel, you can support me by being a paying member of my channel, all right? Now, being a paying member is voluntary. You can cancel it anytime. There are a lot of people that currently are members of Mayegun's Diary Political YouTube, either silver, which is £1.99 a month. You won't believe it. People are here. A lot of people. And I'm so grateful to all of you for the past 2 years that you have been very consistent and staying back, supporting Mayegun. So if you ask people, who are those, Mayegun, who are your, what do you call it? Who are those bankrolling you? The idea of those bankrolling Mayegun are my friends, my fans, who have decided for years now, you won't believe it, subscribed to either be silver members, which is £1.99 a month, a gold member, which is £4.99 a month, a platinum member, which is £8.99 a month, prime, £22.99 a month, and then diamond. You won't believe this. People are paying £44, £45 just to ensure that Mayegun is fine. People do this for me voluntarily, so you can cancel it anytime. All you have to do is to click join, and then, yeah, it's up to you. But the most important one is that leave the money part, okay? Subscribe onto my channel, and you won't miss anything. Set your notification on. I've got thousands of videos. I mean, thousands. You know what I mean? Like over 3,000 of clips that you can look into on Mayegun's Diary Political. Different topics, different titles, different things all the time. In different time, I mean, at different times. All very much like in the diary. You know, when you say like in the diary, you just open your diary and check the dates. You will see Mayegun on Unleashed. So thank you so much to all of you who ended up making this a community. And so sorry to some of you who feel like, Mayegun, why did you change your look now? Why did you shave everything? I used to look like this, but I don't know. I just feel like I should just start worrying less about the shape of my beard and all of that. I just want to walk into the bathroom, right? Grab my clippers, and then just like, then going under the shower, and then just be fine. I want to experience that in 2023. I don't want to be so bored with, So thank you so much for your support. Go on there. I've got countless titles, conversations in the past that you probably will find interesting if you haven't seen them already. Thank you. And I'm going to see you some other time. Don't leave this chat without liking. Don't leave this chat without sharing. And so that when next I see you, we can pick it up from where we are stopping now. African Wahala, I am expecting your Telegram message tonight, please. So important. And good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary láyé ní nọ́mbà 1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún Diary Náídì number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.